Hello, welcome to my very first vlog. This is pretty spontaneous, but to make a long story short, I had breakfast with one of my friends earlier today, and I drank a whole bunch of coffee, and I'm very sensitive to caffeine, and I can't tell you the last time I drank coffee, and so I'm pretty wired right now. It's like just past midnight, and I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to fall asleep that soon, and with daylight savings coming up, I want to like readjust my sleep schedule to be prepared for it. So I'm like, why not do an all-nighter? I've never really done an all-nighter before, so I'm honestly kind of excited to. And yeah, obviously I read books, so I'm gonna make it a reading challenge. So I'm gonna talk about the books I'm gonna be reading as options. I have 5 books here that I'm going to be talking about as potential TBR. As the reader I am, I just need options, so I don't necessarily have the goal to finish a book. I might, but I just want to stay up and read. I feel like I should do like pages, like maybe like 500 pages. I don't know. I just have to be able to jump around books, so I need some variety. So yeah, to some this might seem quite ambitious, but this is kind of just regular for me. The first book I'm reading is The Count of Monte Cristo by Alexandre Dumas. This is a revenge story about a young man who was imprisoned at 19. It was like during like Napoleonic times where he had, I believe he'd already been exiled, but he was trying to make a comeback. So he the main character, Dantes, was accused of being like a Napoleon sympathizer, even though he wasn't, and he was innocent, and he was framed. But he was imprisoned, and yeah, the book is about him getting revenge. And I have been reading this. I have a sticky note at the front since February 26th last year. So, and I'm 597 pages in. So, yeah, I'm obviously not going to be finishing it. It's like over 1,200 pages, but it's very good. It's just very detailed and slow, so it's taken me a long time to read it. The next book on my TBR is Wuthering Heights by Emily Bronte. I'm not sure. This is another revenge story. Revenge slash love story. It is a classic if you have not read Wuthering Heights, and this is a reread. This is the like 2.5th time I've read it. I tried to read it before, but because of the old English, I literally didn't comprehend anything that was happening. I'm also reading it because I'm doing a character study on Heathcliff. As a reader, characters are my favorite, so I'm like, let me do it about like a classic, a more challenging book, but like one I've read before. So that's why I'm reading that. And then a little library haul. I literally just picked these books up today, so I'm excited. The first book is We Used to Live Here by Marcus Klewer. I don't know. This is a book about a queer couple who are into renovating houses, and they just started to renovate this house, and this family walks up and they're like, we used to live here. And it is, people have said it's horror, but I have also heard, or on here it says it's suspense, so we'll see. I really hope I like it. I think yeah, I'm gonna start with this one. And then the next book I have on my TBR is The Memory Police by Yoko Ogawa. This book is super popular and a lot of people have given it 5 stars. It's been on my TBR for years, so I'm excited to finally be reading it. This is about like this island where things start to go missing, and then the main character believes she has been visited by the memory police, so she starts to like investigate and try to figure out what's going on. And then finally, the book, the last book on my TBR for this all-nighter readathon is The Shattered City by Lisa Maxwell. This is the final book in the Last Magician series, and I listened to the audiobooks of all the other 3, and it grew on me as it kept going, so I'm like, I have to find out what happens. But the audiobook for this is not available at any of my libraries on Libby, so I have to, as I like to call it, raw dog it. So I have to raw dog 752 pages to find out what happens. at the end of the last Magician series. But I could do it. It's considered YA. I'm like, what? I'm like, this, it should be adult, I feel. Like, she should have made it adult, like, made it, yeah, she should but she didn't. That's something I'm finding with a lot of YA I'm reading. I'm like, oh my gosh, I just want this, but adult, you know? This is, like, my bookshelf, and if you're wondering, right there, that is a Jotaro figure from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure I have, but this whole thing, this whole top shelf up here, one day just fell. Everything just fell off, and along with it, it was like on this like pretty, like, there's a lot of stuff over here, and he has like a thing he stands on. I can't find it. I have no idea where it went. So yeah, he's just chilling there. Yeah. But yeah, I will update you on probably when I hit like 100 pages in a book, because I kind of feel like I wouldn't be able to update you on anything, so if it was otherwise. But yeah, let's see if I fail or if I succeed. I'm only 22 pages into We Used to Live Here, but I wanted to just talk about it because I'm liking it. I'm already, yeah, after I like got a few pages in, and I was like, she is always thinking a lot of different thoughts and a lot of different people, so I'm already like, is she reliable? I'm starting to question that. And then she lets the people into the house. It says that on the synopsis, so it's not a spoiler, but she leaves them, and like she's like, oh, I like just to give him some privacy because it seemed like a more emotional moment. And I'm like, I'm not leaving these people in my house. Heck no. I'd be like, I'm gonna be sentimental right along with you because you're not gonna be alone in my house. Thank you. Hello, it's a little darker. I'm definitely getting sleepy. It's just past 2:30 and I'm doing the timer. I can never say the name, but the one where you like do time and then you get a break and you do time. I started doing that, and that I know will help. I said I wasn't going to check until 100 pages, but I'm at almost 50, and I can't lie, it is getting my hackles to raise. So but the writing is also very good, and I have no idea where it's going, so I'm a little stressed out, but I'm along for the ride. Depending on how much I can power through, I might be able to finish this like tonight, and I might, instead of like forcing myself to stay awake because I might not be able to do it, I might just be able to like be like, oh, just finish the book and then you can go to sleep. But we shall see. All right, with every one of these clips I come back looking more and more busted. But I am a slow reader, all right, and it is, I don't know what time it was the last time I updated this, but I am about 62 pages in. It's good, but I'm just like tired, and I've come to realize I'm not gonna be able to stay up all night. I'm not going to be able to do that. I want to at least start the Memory Police and the Shattered City, and then just talk about it a bit and then go to sleep, because it's getting harder and harder to focus and stay awake. I know I could probably push myself a little longer, but I ain't trying to push myself too hard now. But I think this could be fun. Like, I've always wanted to do like a 24-hour challenge or something like that. So yeah, hopefully I don't fall asleep. Yeah, I'm here on my couch. I'm like, I cannot lay down or I will fall asleep. So I'm gonna finish this chapter, read a bit of these two, and then I'm knocking out. All right, it's a little hard to see me, but I'm losing steam. It is 3:35. I read about 10 more pages of We Used to Live Here. I'm excited to keep reading The Memory Police. Honestly, a little bit of a vibe killer. We Used to Live Here, I wouldn't say it's fun, but there are moments where I'm like, it's tense, but I'm not like, there's nothing sad happening. But like I just read the first chapter, and just the conversation the main character has with her mom, and especially like the last few lines, I'm like, that's kind of sad, and I'm like curious about what that means. And then because I only have it in me to have read 2 more pages, I read the first 2 pages because it was just like this, like, it doesn't even say like prologue, it just is like, it happens in every book. And honestly, I don't like it because I guess, yeah, it's not a spoiler, there's time travel in this, and so the beginning will have like, oh, things happen one way, but then throughout the book, like, that's not how things happen. So I don't know why they're in the beginning if they don't really do anything. Like, I remember reading the first book, The Last Magician, and like, it was like, the beginning was the end, but that's not what actually happened at the end. So I'm just like, whatever. All right, it is not the next day, but the day after. So those first clips are from Friday night, and it is Sunday afternoon. I really had to recover from staying up until I ended it at like 3:30, but I stayed up until like 5 in the morning. So I don't do that ever really, so it was a lot. But I've decided, since I'm making a vlog, I don't just want to end it when I just am done with the failed all-nighter. I did fail it really because I didn't finish a book or anything, but I think I'll end this vlog when I finish this, and I'm about 100 pages in, and I just have to say, like, things are picking up and things are like being different, but I'm wanting more. I'm wanting more to happen. I'm like, I need a little bit more to start happening, or else I'll get bored. So I will probably update once something actually has happened. And yes, I'm wearing the same hoodie. It's a different day. It's a really comfortable hoodie. I love this hoodie, so I wear it all the time. Okay, an update, because oh my goodness, like I was saying, where I was, I'm 171 pages in, and something really creepy just happened. I was very scared. I was very scared. And yeah, things are picking up. Things are picking up. I honestly just want to like try to hurry up and finish it because I want to. And yeah, also I'm like, this is my first vlog, so I don't want this to be like drawn out for a few days, even though that's kind of how I read, but I want to finish it sooner rather than later, especially with how much it is stressing me out. So I really want to know what happens. Oh, and I just want to read a part because the writing is very good. I think in how tired I was in the past few clips, I didn't say anything about it, but I remember it being noted, or it being something I noticed as I started reading it. And this is just a little part that it's not a spoiler. Yeah, this is a spoiler-free vlog, but behind her, a skittering, almost fragile sound, followed by a short, ragged gasp, like a breath taken just before slipping underwater. I'm like, and then especially at what's happening, I was like, so yeah, it's very good, but it's getting my hackles. My shoulders are like this. I have my hand over my mouth while I'm reading. There was a part where, of course, like, you wouldn't find out what happened, or you can't find out what happens until you flip the page. Like, you can't even like skim ahead, which I'm trying not to do. It's very hard for me to do, so I can like experience like the tension, but still, it's so hard for me to do. But yeah, it was like something's happening, and then I'm like, oh, I'm scared of turning the right? So yeah, it's good. It's not what I thought. I thought it was gonna be a little bit more, yeah, focused on the family, but it's really focused on, yeah, I would say it's more focused on the house and where what is happening within the house. Yeah. Oh, and there are these little like documents or something that's like in between chapters, and in like the last one I read, it's reminding me of House of Leaves. I only like maybe got barely into 50 pages because I got it from the library, and it's just such like a tome and so like dense and weird that I was like, I'm just gonna buy it and then read it, and I have not bought it yet. But from what I read of House of Leaves, the document specifically, and I guess, yeah, honestly, with the house, like there's like a lot of focus on like what is happening in the house and what it means to like be in the house, and like, oh, you have to remember where you are. And like House of Leaves is literally about this family that moves into this house that keeps changing, or like it's like, yeah, just from like what I remember reading, the dad and his brother like measured the inside and outside of the house, and I think the inside was bigger than the outside, like an inch and a half bigger, which is like, how is that possible? But yeah, that's what, if there's a book that it's reminding me of, it's that. So I'm intrigued to see where it's going to go, and I really hope it ends up being like a 4 or 5 star read, because the writing is really good. But for me, it's at the point of, it depends on what happens on what rating it's going to get. At this point, I genuinely have no idea. So we shall see. Hopefully I'll finish it sooner rather than later. All right. As much as I wanted to finish it, so this could be like a weekend vlog, I still have about 100 pages left. And in all honesty, I'm not gonna finish it tonight. It's almost 11 o'clock. I go to bed at 12. I'm a slow reader. I'm not gonna read 100 pages in an hour. And especially with how tired I am, I'm not gonna be able to do that. So I'm definitely gonna finish it tomorrow. I really wanna know what happens. And yeah, I honestly wanna read it while it's light. Because it's been creeping me out. So yeah, I'm hoping it's good. It's still like, I would say like the pacing is kind of hurting it for me, because it'll be good, things are happening, and then it kind of just like nothing. Or I don't want to say nothing, but yeah, they're like literally like moving, or they're like going somewhere and they're doing something. But I'm like, I want the creeps. I want some action happening. So I want more action. So yeah, still like the action that has been there so far is good. It's creepy and it's good, but it's not enough. So I'm hoping that with these last 100 pages, we really get like a lot. Like in the summary, it says like Eve begins to question her sanity, or like question everything she's believing. And I'm like, I'm kind of wanting more of that. Like she was going towards that, and that's when I was really into it and reading it. But where I'm at now, she's kind of been like validated in like her freaking out over certain stuff, so she's calmed down a bit. But I'm like, I want to see like what happens and where this goes. So I will be finishing it tomorrow, and that will be my final update, and then I'll be able to post my very first vlog. Heck yeah. All right, it is Monday. I have about a little over 50 pages until I finish We Used to Live Here. I am going to finish it today. This book is a trip. It is tripping me out. Oh my gosh. Last night, it was so funny. I woke up at like 5 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning. I can't remember the exact time. Just like afraid, because there's a scene, or yeah, if you've read it, the attic scene when Eve goes up in the attic, that scene was stuck in my head, and I heard a sound and it woke me up. I was like, there's somebody in my room. So this book has like, Marcus did his job, because I was creeped out. I literally woke up and I had to like look up spoilers, because I was like, maybe if I can figure out what happens, then like I won't be as scared. No, I looked it up, and like there were answers, but it was just like so confusing, and obviously I was like half asleep anyway. And then I finished the chapter of like this romance, like this ebook I'm reading. Oh my gosh. So yeah, this book, has had its effect. I still have no idea what I'm gonna rate it. I have to know how it ends and what happens, but where it's at now, it's a trip. But yes, the next update I update with, unless something really big happens, is just gonna be the end and me talking about what I think. So yeah, I finally finished We Used to Live Here by Marcus Cleaver, I think it's Cleaver. And it's getting 3 stars. I had to wait until the end to find out what happens for me to like know the rating, and it's 3 stars. I honestly, if I'm being honest, hated the ending. Hate the ending. I'm still confused. I wouldn't say I'm confused by like what was going on, but they're just some things that like haven't been answered, you know. I can't talk about it too much because I don't want to spoil, but I just like, essentially I felt, yeah, it feels like the main character's lost. Like it feels like Eve lost, and I don't like that feeling. Like it is pretty ambiguous, but I'm not like thinking about it. I don't feel the ending at all. I like, especially spoiler alert. I hate how she got arrested. I hate that's how it ends. She gets arrested and she's put in a mental hospital, and then the last thing of Charlie is like the house is boarded up and like she's disappeared, and that's just the end. I hate that. I don't want to say it's lazy, but I'm just like, that's the best he could come up with. Like it was like strong and it was going well, and like it was confusing and like intricate and all this crazy stuff happening, but it was like, I'm along for the ride. But then she does what the Allison in the note says to do, and then she gets arrested. And right, like the part where after she hits Thomas with the hammer, he goes, "Oh, where are you going, Eve?" So he knows who she is. He pulls her back in the window when she's trying to leave the attic. He says her full government name, and then the end, he gives her the locket with the picture in it. So it's like, it is Thomas. Like Thomas knows what's going on, but it's like Eve is still in a whole different universe, in a mental hospital where everyone's calling her Emma, and then Charlie is in the last one, and her partner's gone. Everyone's like, who's that? Like, she doesn't exist. And that's how it ends. It's very frustrating. I don't like endings like this. And yeah, I don't want to say I'm disappointed. It just was not it for me. So yeah, We Used to Live Here. It was a good read. It was a fast read. It creeped me out, but it's only getting 3 stars because the ending just was not it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching my first vlog. I'm getting back to uploading more regularly, thankfully. I just had to get back in the flow. I have some videos I'm working on which should be coming out after this. And yeah, if you want to see more of me and hear how good of a singer I am, you can check out my music channel and original music, all under the name of Shy Fighter. Like if you want to like, subscribe if you want to subscribe, comment if you want to comment. I don't know, do whatever you would like to do. Thank you so much again for watching, and I will see you when I see you. Farewell.